I talk to him every day. I tell him about the pediatrician appointment, the leak under the kitchen sink, how we should start saving for Emma's braces. I tell him his mother called again. The HOA sent another notice. We're almost out of milk. And he nods. He says, okay, or sure, or I'll handle it. Sometimes he even looks up from his phone. But I'm not sure he hears me. Not really. You know what I mean, don't you? That feeling when words leave your mouth and just dissolve in the air between you. Like speaking into a void that occasionally echoes back the right responses, but nothing changes. Nothing shifts. Nothing lands. Sometimes I feel like I'm speaking subtitles to a movie he's not watching. I used to think hearing and listening were the same thing. I don't anymore. There's a loneliness that lives inside a marriage that nobody warns you about. It's not the loneliness of being alone in an empty house. It's not missing someone who's gone. It's being in the same room, the same bed, the same life, and still feeling unseen, unheard, unknown. It's the loneliness of speaking and not being understood, of explaining what hurts and being asked, "What's wrong?" When you just spent 20 minutes explaining exactly what's wrong, of trying to share your inner world with the person who's supposed to know you best and watching it bounce off them like rain off a windshield. I talk to him about my day, and he tells me about a meeting he had. But when I try to tell him how I felt today, how the weight of everything presses on my chest, how I'm running on fumes and still carrying everyone, how I smiled through the PTA meeting while feeling like I was coming apart at the seams, his eyes glaze over. Or worse, he tries to fix it. Just hire a cleaner. Just meal prep on Sundays. Have you tried going to bed earlier? As if the ache inside me can be solved with better scheduling. He doesn't understand that I'm not always looking for solutions. Sometimes I just need him to sit with me in the mess, to hear the tremor in my voice and say, "This sounds really hard," instead of, "Have you tried?" I've started editing myself. Have you noticed yourself doing that? I'll begin to tell him something that matters to me, a thought, a feeling, a moment, something I read or thought about or felt deeply, and I can see it happen. That tiny shift in his posture, that slight glance toward his phone, the that means he's waiting for me to finish so he can get back to whatever he was doing. So I cut it short. I turn paragraphs into sentences, my complexity into bullet points, my heart into headlines. The thing is, he thinks we communicate well. If you asked him, he'd probably say, "We talk all the time." And we do. We talk about schedules and budgets and whose turn it is to take out the trash. We talk about the kids, the house, the weekend plans. We talk about everything except what matters. We used to stay up until 2 in the morning talking about everything and nothing. Dreams, fears, the universe, our secret thoughts, our most embarrassing moments, the weird tangents our minds would go on. We wanted to know each other completely, to crawl inside each other's minds and make a home there. When did we stop doing that? Was it gradual, like a slow leak we didn't notice until the tire was flat? Or was there a moment, a specific turning point where we shifted from lovers who couldn't stop talking to roommates who couldn't start? Somewhere between the mortgage and the minivan. Somewhere between us becoming the family unit. Somewhere in the thousand small moments where efficiency replaced intimacy and function replaced feeling. Sometimes I test it. Is that terrible? I'll say something random while he's scrolling. I'm thinking about shaving my head. That's nice, honey. Or I'll stop mid-sentence and wait. Just go silent in the middle of a story to see if he notices. He doesn't. I know it sounds petty or passive-aggressive or like I'm playing games. Maybe I am. But sometimes you need proof that you're not imagining the disconnect, that it's real. The hardest part is that I know he loves me. I do. He works hard. He's a good father. He provides. If he knew I felt this way, he'd be shocked. Genuinely shocked. Because in his mind, we're fine. We don't fight much. We coordinate smoothly. The household runs. But I'm dying of thirst in a house with running water, and he doesn't see it because the pipes still work. I've started calling my sister more, my best friend, texting people who actually ask follow-up questions, people who remember what I said last week and check in. And he has no idea that I'm rationing out my real self to people who actually lean in. That I'm having the conversations with them that I wish I could have with him. I've started journaling more, writing down the things I want to say but don't. All the thoughts that feel too big, too messy, too much. My journal hears me. It doesn't interrupt or offer solutions or check its watch. It just receives what I have to give. And isn't that devastating that I have more intimate conversations with a blank page than with the man I married? I know I'm not innocent in this either. I know I've built walls too. When someone consistently misses you, you learn to stop offering yourself up. You learn to protect the tender parts, to keep your depths shallow when you know they won't dive. I've stopped trying to explain certain things because I'm tired of seeing that blank look, that polite nodding that means he's waiting for me to finish. So now I save those parts of myself, the dreams I'm having, the fears that wake me up at 3 a.m., the small moments of beauty I notice throughout the day. I keep them tucked away like love letters never sent. But I'm still here, still trying, still hoping, because underneath all of this, there's still a part of me that remembers who we were, who we could be. Maybe tonight I'll try something different. Maybe I'll put down my armor and risk being vulnerable again. Maybe I'll say, "Can we talk? Really talk?" Not about the kids or the bills or the schedule, but about us. About what's happening between us. About this distance I feel. Maybe he'll hear me this time. Or maybe he won't. Maybe he'll get defensive, or deflect, or minimize what I'm feeling. But I have to try, because the alternative is worse. The alternative is slowly disappearing inside my own marriage until there's nothing left of me to hear. We can't keep whispering and hoping someone will hear. Sometimes we have to use our full voice, even if it shakes. Sometimes we have to risk the discomfort of saying this isn't working for me. I need more. I need you. Because we both deserve better than this loneliness between us. We both deserve to be heard. This is the weight she carries. And tonight, this is mine.